Hello and welcome to the Off Task podcast.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Today we are reviewing a film, believe it or not. The film we are reviewing is Fences.
I don't know if that was intended or not, but that was some really good humor. Reviewing a film, believe it or not. We don't do that very often. I mean, the last one doesn't count much.
No.
Boo.
Last one was great.
Boo.
Anyway, less of the last one, more of this
I'm going
one.
to continue eating this pizza while you guys keep hating.
Maxwell, you didn't put a brief overview of Fences.
Oh,
So
well,
I'm
I'll
gonna
give you
have
one.
to- Go on.
All right.
Wait,
well,
maybe not.
Fences,
Maybe not. Maybe I don't.
Am I giving you this?
Is this going to be like PG?
You want me to give PG? Yeah, PG. This film does use choice words, which we will not be repeating. But
Yeah.
it's a good film, great film. So, do you want me to
Really
give a
good.
brief summary?
Yes, go for it.
It's a 2016 American drama film directed by Denzel Washington, who also stars in it. It essentially follows a family and their struggles through life. You have some plot holes in it. I'm trying to get through this without making it without giving anything away. But you have a twists and turns, and towards the second half of the film, it takes quite a 180 on you, and the entire mood of the film changes, and it. I'm not sure how to say it without giving anything away, but it changes about halfway through the film, and it is a beautiful ending.
Oh yeah,
You-
really beautiful.
Max, you can from this. If people are watching this, we assume they've watched the film.
Well, I was assuming we were going to talk about the bits when we got through to them. No, all right. I'll just do the whole thing. Screw it. All right. Well, no. So halfway through the film, you find out that Denzel Washington actually cheats on his wife, which is a big thing because the entire first half of the film, he's talking about what it means to be a man and his responsibilities as a husband and a father, and he's talking about how he's trying to do the best constantly. Then halfway through the film, you realize, oh shit, he's not the man that he's glorifying himself up to be. Twists and turns, and it actually, I feel like, switches to more of his wife. I believe it was played by Viola Davis, who does an amazing job in this film.
Viola Davis is such a good actress in this
Mhm.
film. I love her.
Oh, she
such a
outperformed
good-
Denzel Washington. It is beautiful to see, but she becomes
Oh, yeah.
essentially the main character in the second half of this film, and it starts revolving about her life and how she's going to be a father, and then it also goes around his kids now that
Do you mean
they
mother?
mother. Sorry, you never know. It's 2024.
It was like
she-
the
Yeah,
50s
assume,
when
you
this
can't
was
be
done.
assuming.
Yeah.
Sorry,
You
sorry.
still
Stop it.
can't be assuming, okay?
I apologize.
Yeah, so the
Go
second
ahead,
half of the
go ahead.
film, after he cheats, the woman that he cheats on with has a baby. She dies, and then the wife that he cheated on takes care of it to be the mother. And the second half of the film follows her and the rest of the family and how they're coping and dealing with the rest of their lives, knowing that what Denzel has done.
I've just seen the age rating for this. It's a 12.
Yeah,
How?
Yeah.
How is
Well,
this a 12?
it's not too
I'll finish my
violent. It's
pizza.
not too Shut up, Finn. It's not too graphic, and it does curse, but minimally. I think you're allowed.
Well,
I think you're allowed like a big bomb. I
Minimally.
think
Yeah,
you're allowed
okay.
one.
Minimally.
You're allowed one big curse, and then some minor ones. I'm not sure what the age rating. It should
Are
maybe
you-
be higher. I'm not sure. I'm trying to justify
Maxwell,
it.
are you saying the N word is a minor curse?
You're-
No. I
yeah.
said that's the big bomb.
Yeah, a film can be rated 12 if it has F word in it once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. I wasn't
So
talking about-
a rated 12 film is allowed to have the F word in it once. So how this gets away with being 12 and having the N word used constantly is beyond me.
Yeah. I'm a bit puzzled.
Yeah,
Oh well,
yeah.
it's 12.
That's
Oh well,
12.
it is what it is. Nothing we can do about it. Moving on.
It's got a 92% on Rotten
It's-
Tomatoes.
It's a beautiful film.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very
it's
good.
a
It's
really good
really good.
film. I have just one complaint, and it's not like I said, I talked briefly about this before we started. It's just not very cinematic. I'm okay with that because it's got such an
Yeah.
amazing story and script.
Mhm.
Well, I wasn't going into this film expecting it to be a
Yeah,
cinematic
making,
masterpiece.
like amazing. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Should
It just
we
a
should we
lot, like,
split this review
just-
up into two parts though? Should we do like the first half and then second half, since that is kind of it is a tale of two sides.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, by all means.
So the first half of this film starts off setting up the scene, setting up that they don't exactly live in the nicest of neighborhoods. Denzel Washington is our main character. He's sitting there. He's trying to be the best man he can be. He's with his best friend Bono, and it's kind of glorifying his life. Yes, they don't have it all, but they're happy where they are.
Yeah.
It does an amazing job of setting it up, setting the characters. You meet his son, who's constantly asking for money and coming around on payday.
Yeah.
You meet his brother as well, who is he was shot in the head, I believe, or a shrapnel hit
Yeah.
him in the head of a grenade, and he's
Yeah.
become disabled, mentally impaired, I guess, because I mean disabled could mean a lot
Yeah.
of things. Mentally impaired, and it actually foreshadows a bit there, showing that maybe Denzel's not the best bit. We'll get into that a little bit because that's towards the end of the first half when it comes to like his money and what he's done with it.
Yeah.
But overall, the first little bit, the opening shots of the film show they don't have it all, but they're happy. Then would you like to add anything?
Yeah. I just want to quickly go over to Bono, who's played by Stephen McKinley Henderson. He's been in a lot more as of late.
Mm.
Like if you go to his movies, a lot of this was one of his like first. He's been in more because of like.
Wasn't he
and
in
I'm
the
not
new
complaining, He's
Dune?
a good actor. Yeah, he's in Dune. He's about to be in that
Civil War, is it?
new Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Lady Bird. He was just in Ari Aster's new film, Beau is Afraid, Manchester by the Sea. He's been in just a lot more
Yeah.
like bigger films as of late. Just thought I'd point that out. So he's doing well for himself.
Oh, that's quite impressive. He did perform in this film. It was actually it was amazing.
Every single actor
It's
in
good,
this
yeah.
film was incredible.
I do believe that's something that you tend to expect in a Denzel film, though. I believe that
Yeah.
out of everything, he prioritizes the acting over everything.
I can't really comment on this. I've only ever seen one other Denzel Washington film besides this film.
Was it Equalizer?
It was Equalizer, yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
If not sequels, just the one. It was okay.
I don't think I've seen any other Denzel Washington movie other than this one.
Mm.
And I
Really?
mean, if all of his other movies are like this, then I'm definitely gonna
Keep
watch
watching.
some more of his
You'd
stuff.
like it, yeah. You'd like Equalizer.
Oh, Equalizer is a great
Yeah,
film.
well, your kind of thing.
But
Yeah, it was really good.
back to Fences. Archie, what did you think of like the first half?
Oh yeah.
The first half was strong. It really sort of, what's the word? It set Denzel
was
up
just-
or Troy up
yeah.
to be this great man who couldn't really do anything wrong. Just sort of glorifying him. He was a bit of in the first half. We did see he was a bit of a shit father.
Mm-hmm. Just about to
Um,
get into that.
Yeah, to both his kids. He's very stubborn. That's the word. He's very stubborn.
He's got that really good monologue though to
Yeah.
his younger son.
Yeah, that's what I want to
the
get
one-
into about
Also,
the.
he's like there's no law that says I have to
Like you, yeah.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Just wanted to get into that scene. So he was nominated for Best Actor from this film, and I believe single-handedly that scene is what put him all the way up there. It is amazing. The reason it makes it so good is because Corey, his youngest son, wants to play football, to be an athlete just like his dad, Troy, and he wants to impress him, and that's the reason he does it. He also enjoys it. Don't get me wrong, but he wants to show off to his dad that he wants to be the man he was. And so it sets up a thing that they don't really confirm or deny it.
Yeah.
Troy says he doesn't want him to grow up and be like him because life isn't fair. But they also set up a subplot of he thinks that he'll be a better man than him. So you have that. Oh yeah, go on.
I was just gonna say Troy didn't actually get into the sports life. He
He didn't,
he
but he
missed-
played baseball really well.
yeah, but he didn't get professionally
Hmm.
because
Max.
because of
sorry.
racism. And I think what are you saying, like he doesn't want
Well-
want what he got what happened to him to happen to his son.
Well, no, he didn't make it to the pros, but everybody recounts that he is one of the greatest baseball players
Yeah.
they'd ever seen play. he doesn't want Corey to outshine him, because if Corey made it to the pros, he's
Mm.
already a better athlete than him. That's like the sub thing
Yeah.
that they're setting up. Obviously, the main reason is Troy says he doesn't want him to get, mistreated in the industry. But as they point out multiple times, the world has changed. Also, sorry, Finn, I heard you say my name.
Yeah, so I was just looking over the awards for the film. Unfortunately, Denzel Washington didn't actually win Best Actor.
No, he didn't win, but he was nominated.
He got nominated. The person that did get nominated and won, though, was Viola Davis for Best Supporting Actress. Very deserved. There's also
Oh,
got
yeah.
nominated for like Best Adapted Screenplay and Best Picture.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't win them, unfortunately, but those were it was nominated for those three, and
Mm-hmm.
Viola won hers. Well
Yeah.
deserved. She's my favorite, both character and actress in this film. I loved her.
But real quick, back to what I was saying was the big thing that pushed him for the nomination. He didn't win it, but for the nomination was, I believe, this scene. It's the most impactful scene on this film because it makes the second half of this film where he cheats on his wife. It makes it so much more impactful because he's doing this because the reason he says it is so that he can be a better man, so that he can step out of the shoes of him and he can do better.
Yeah.
And then it shows when he cheats on his wife, he goes almost against everything he says in this. Obviously not that there's no law, I got to like you, I'm your dad, it's my responsibility. But his responsibility also as a husband is to be there for his wife, which he doesn't do his own responsibility, but is always worried about everybody else's. So
And he didn't show any remorse for what he did at all.
None.
Oh, no, he doesn't apologize
No.
once. He
No.
doesn't care. He's happy with what he did and defends it. Should this transition maybe into the second half of the film?
I was gonna say, it feels like he
Yes.
gaslight her when she like first finds out. Like, I needed to this like for me to make me feel like
Yeah.
what was it said? Something like being outside the house.
He said
He's a
he was
different man
saying,
out there.
I'm so stressed. I got to be the man. I got to do all these responsibilities. I'm with you. When I'm over there, I got to smile. Everything just goes away.
Yeah.
And like all his responsibilities
Yeah.
fade away when he's around there.
He's
I was-
so selfish. Like no thought for his wife.
No.
I have no no empathy for her.
Oh no, he believes he's in the right because of all the things that he does for his family.
Yeah.
But putting food on a plate for your family doesn't give you an excuse to cheat. He
No.
doesn't see it that way though, which is a bad
Yeah.
thing. And he doubles down on it when he's asked to stay with his wife. They don't leave each other, don't kick each other out. And
Yeah.
yet he's still going to his bird's house after work, not coming home till late. And he's still saying it's what I want to do. I'm still going to keep going and see her even after she confronts him and says, "You're going to stop seeing her." Then he says, "No, I'm still going to go around there and hang out with her."
Mm.
Yeah.
Obviously,
And he-
by
I think like the
hanging out-
biggest
Sorry, what were you
biggest
gonna
bomb
say?
drop was when Viola Davis's character, what's her name? Sorry.
Rose?
Rose, yeah,
Rose, yeah. When she's like, "This baby has a mama, but you're a womanless
But you're womanless, yeah.
man." Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was
That hit
Sins of
hard.
the
I was like,
father.
that line.
damn.
Yeah. Like it wasn't like damn, it was like you go girl. He deserved that
Yeah.
so much.
every
I-
line that she delivered in this film had weight behind it.
She's so good.
Mm.
No, there's a reason she's being what the two characters on in the new DCEU.
Mm.
Viola Davis is too good.
Yeah. So back to the scene in the first half of the movie when they're all drunk, sitting in the backyard, and everybody's happy. He makes a lighthearted comment about a story that he has where he stared death in the face and walked him down.
Yeah.
And he goes on about that story, and it's lighthearted. You have a little chuckle at it. It's a cool story. Now, the second half of the film, where his bird that he's been cheating on Rose with has the baby. She unfortunately dies during birth. He wakes up, gets a phone call saying that she's passed away. He looks out the window, and he swears he stares death down again. And he said he's ready this time.
Yeah.
He's ready to keep swinging. He's going to fight, but he's ready to face him again.
That was a
And-
great scene.
Oh, it's an amazing scene because I
Yeah.
think it starts showing when he starts to lose his mind. From that point
Mhm.
on, it's not really responsibilities anymore. It's just a man without a family. Well,
Waiting
he
to
has
die.
a family at the time, but he's starting to lose it, and it starts crumbling,
Yeah.
and his power and his hold on the family starts diminishing. It goes on. I feel like it would be
Mhm.
wrong not to bring up his brother. I always forget his
Yeah.
name. What was his name?
Was it Gabriel?
Yeah, Gabriel, because
Yeah.
he's got the trumpet. Gabriel, he even he actually took, this is what I was mentioning earlier. He he got $3,000 from the government because he got hit in the head with a shrapnel bullet, making him mentally disabled. And well, Troy actually took it, Denzel Washington.
Mm.
He took the money and used it to buy the house that they live in. And
be
he uses
fair,
the money.
To be fair, Gabriel did live with them
Yes.
for a long time, is what it sounded like. So
Yeah, you're right. So
I
it's
don't
okay at the
think-
first,
Yeah.
but here's where the character comes in. Second half of the film, when he's losing his power and his family, he doesn't pay to free Gabriel and sends Gabriel to go live in a mental asylum,
yeah,
which is one of
Yeah.
the bits of the film where you go, wow, he has no morals anymore. And it's
Yeah.
He's a very
devastating to see.
selfish character
Easily, yeah.
overall.
he's likable, but he's really
Mm,
like
He's
you
likable
lose
in
a
the
lot of
first
respect
half.
for him.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's likable in the first half. The second we find out he cheats, I lost like any care I had for him.
No,
What he's done.
he turns to somebody that you don't like whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think you end up feeling sorry for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I also just thought that Williamson, I can't say his first name, I don't want to botch it. He played Gabriel. He does an absolutely amazing job of
Oh, yeah.
portraying it, and it is
Yeah.
he Gabriel's character a couple times in this film made me tear up and cry. It was it's a hard thing to watch the second half of the film, the way that he treats everybody, including his own brothers, and
Yeah.
I can't describe the feeling that I got watching it when you cut back to it and he's feeding him inside the mental place and he's loses his family.
Yeah.
And then I think it all leads up to, well, the scene that kind of ends the film. Not the ending scene, obviously,
Yeah.
but when his son comes
With
home.
the trumpet.
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm talking about when his son comes home and they have
Oh.
that last fight.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
he comes home. I can't pronounce his name either. I think it was Jovan in my notes. I don't want to botch it.
Yeah,
Jovan, Corey, but the actor's name was Jovan. I forgot his last name.
Yeah.
Corey.
a depot. I don't
Yeah.
know. I probably
Forgot it.
butchered
I
that
didn't-
so hard.
Mm.
I don't think I wrote his last name down here in my notes, but he comes home and well, all hell breaks loose. His dad's in the way and he says, move, and he's not going to call him dad. He's not going to say, please, they have an issue. Troy gets up in his face about it. He said, this is my house. You can treat me with respect. And he says, I got no respect for you. He's going to leave. Well, they start fighting. And it gets to the point where they're shoving each other, saying, you think you're a man? Get out of my house. He kicks him out of the house at that point.
Yeah.
And, well, Corey picks up his bat. The bat that he's had all movie long. He's got a baseball tied to it where he hits it just so he can relive his old days when he played baseball. And, well, he won't hit his dad with it.
Yeah,
He won't hit his dad with it. And his dad takes it, puts it against his throat, and nearly chokes him out in their own backyard, which is absolutely atrocious.
Yeah.
And it shows that the end is near. I feel like in that scene, once it happens, you go, oh, well, he's lost his family now completely.
Well,
Had he not lost it beforehand, he's lost it now.
right after that fight,
Definitely.
doesn't he die?
Yeah, he dies. So his son, Corey, runs,
Yeah.
goes, sees the military flyer that he saw early in the film, goes into the office and signs up. That's what's implied. He goes inside the building, and
Yeah.
Troy picks up the bat, camera angle switches, and I actually believe this was a really good shot where it looks like the camera's on where the ball is, all hung up on the tree. It's like, come on, Death. I got 2 strikes and I'm ready to go. I forgot what the exact lines were when he starts getting ready to bat, and then it cuts to black.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
You
mean, we don't know if he's died at that point, though, do we?
Oh, no,
It's
no,
sort
it's
of-
not given away or anything.
Until
Doesn't yeah, Rose says, doesn't she?
Well, no, the next scene is Corey's back at the house, but he's in a full military uniform. That's what it lights back up to. And
He's a
Bono,
very dapper gentleman now.
Bono, the family friends, his brother was there, who was also was Russell Hornsby. He's there. He plays a little role in this film. We haven't spoke about him too much,
Yeah.
but he's just there. He's there to always ask for money, and he's there. I think his main role in this film up until this point was to show that Troy's life isn't perfect, and he even doesn't like some people, even when he's being nice to everybody. But he's there. Everybody's there. And you wonder what's going on. They're all wearing black suits, and then a little girl comes downstairs, and it's implied that and it is Troy's daughter with the other woman, the Rose is raised, and it gathers that Bono gets up and says, "I'm going to go get the pallbearers ready." So at that point, it's given away that Troy's
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
Do one of you guys want to walk us through the ending, or do you want me to keep going?
Do you want to go?
Yeah. After that scene, then Corey just gets like talked to by pretty much everyone in the family,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
from Lionos to his sister to his mother. And his mother, that bit, that the acting there was really
So
impressive.
good.
It was good
By
because
both
at the
of
end of
them.
the day, you couldn't
Mm.
hate Troy because look how Corey turned out, and
Yeah.
at the end of the day,
Yeah.
like the method or not, it was because
Mm.
of Troy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that from when it blacked out after we saw Troy sort of fighting with death, that's the bit that sort of teared me up. That whole bit from then forward
Mm-hmm.
was a very sort of emotional
Yeah.
It was
part
quite
of the
emotional,
film.
but the bit that got me is what we're about to get to when Gabriel joins.
Mm.
You
Is
keep
this
going.
the bit where they're all
Sorry,
in the
just
back
before we go to
garden?
that, don't we have the song with the
Oh yeah,
little
Big Old
girl?
Blue.
Yeah,
Yeah, that really got me when
I think that's the moment where Corey realizes his father was trying to do the best for him,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
because
even
he then
if
fully understands the meaning of that song, I think.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
you guys at home, it's the bit where Corey's singing the same song that his dad used to sing to him when he was a kid about Big Old Blue the dog,
yeah,
and he sings it to the little girl that Rose has raised. And it is a tearing scene, and it makes the next scene so much harder. When they said we're not sure if we could get Gabriel down here, they're not sure if they're going to let him out, and then you hear Gabriel running down the street. Yeah, Gabriel made it. And Gabriel, this whole
Yeah.
film says that he's working with God. He's waiting for the judgment day, and he's gonna blow his trumpet.
Yeah.
And they all gather around the backyard. They look up, and he blows the trumpet. He can't blow it very well, but he's trying. And that's where I
Yeah.
started tearing up and crying. And then it gets
Mhm.
one note out. It's not great, but he gets a note out. And as he gets the note out, the sunshine
Yeah.
opens up, and it lights up all their faces.
Yeah, that sent like chills down my spine. I was like, wow.
It was
Beautiful
absolutely
scene.
beautiful, that scene.
Yeah. It wasn't cinematically beautiful, but it didn't need to be.
No,
Yeah.
so one thing that I got from this, so it wasn't very cinematically beautiful. We can all establish that it wasn't
Yeah.
the best camera looking
Yeah.
wise, but for whatever reason, I think that effect kind of helped this film. It felt more
Oh, yeah.
real rather than
Yeah.
superficial, which I can
Yeah.
sometimes get. You can get the perfect medium of between this and not super like too perfect the shots.
Mm.
Yeah.
I felt like this helped. I felt like it put me in their shoes a bit more rather than
Yeah.
oh, it's a perfect wide shot, oh, it's a perfect high angle. I liked
Yeah.
it.
I think if the cinematography was amazing, it would have taken away from the story.
Yeah. I feel like that's what we've been talking about,
Mm.
but the main thing that we can all talk about here is the story. This is
Yeah.
out of any movie I've seen, it's probably the best story, not the best film,
Yeah.
but probably the best story I've ever dealt with.
No, definitely, this story was.
It was amazing.
think-
Yeah.
This is probably one of the best stories I've seen in
Yeah.
cinema history.
Yeah.
So-
Every writer wants to write something like this
Yeah.
one
So-
day. I want to touch on the writer quickly before we continue. It was written by. Oh, sorry, I'm just finding a note on him. August Milson wrote this.
hmm
Yeah.
He's only done this and one other film.
Really? What was the other film?
Yeah, the Piano Lesson, which is another African American story.
Mm.
But it really shocked me that this was he'd only done 2 films because this writing's amazing.
Well, he's done a ton of dramas. He's done a ton of dramas and been
Yeah, he's-
been so many won so many awards. He also won I believe he won was it the Tony for this? For the best play? Put that
He
down.
won. He got nominated
Possibly.
for Best Adapted Screenplay, which has got to be something towards him, right?
Yeah, no, but I'm just checked it. Yeah, he won the Tony Award for this for the best play.
Yeah.
Because his plays,
Deserves it.
it seems when I was doing a bit of research, I glanced down him. he's got a lot of awards for playwrights, and he's done so many of them. He's done them from all the way from 1973 to 2005, I believe, with his last one.
Yeah.
He'd been writing them for a while, and a lot of them
should
have
write
won well.
Yeah, he shows, man. This was great.
Yeah, he definitely should. I think he could turn more of them into films, maybe, but at the same time,
Yeah.
not all dramas need to be films, which is another thing where I feel like the camera work wasn't the best on this because it was a drama, it's a stage play.
Yeah.
It's not exactly a 3D environment, which you built in this.
Yeah.
What was it based off a stage play?
Yeah, it's based off stage
Yeah,
play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
Did
why
not
the
know that.
cinematography is not that
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that'd be a good explanation for it, definitely.
The more you know.
Yeah,
had a
just
really-
while Letterboxd, you know, because we had George last week. Did you hear George's review for this film?
Oh, yeah, go on.
Yeah, I made him watch it.
Yeah, I'm ready for my sandwich, Rose.
All right. Well, that seems like what I'm ready for, Finlay.
You get what?
I'm ready for a can of baked beans.
Oh, no.
I could
No, I've
also
got some
go
more stuff I've got to get out.
Okay.
That was aggressive.
Have you had green beans? Maybe they're not
I'm
even
just-
like the other ones. How about pinto beans, kidney beans, black beans? No.
Well, thank you all for listening to this
Finn,
episode of the
Finn,
Off-Task Pod. What?
give the man a break. Venus Christ.
Yeah, Jesus.
Well,
no,
thank you for
penis.
listening to
Ah!
the Off-Task Podcast. Before we do wrap this up, do you guys want to give your out of tens? I'd like to do this,
Yes.
10 out of 10. One of my favorite films.
or just don't. 10 out of 10. It's fair.
I
Archie?
also gave this a 10 out of 10.
Wow.
I've given it an 8 out of 10. Just to be different. But
Go
anyway,
bean
yeah.
yourself.
Anyway, thank you for listening to Off Task Podcast. It's been great. You're back again. Join us in 2 weeks' time where we'll be reviewing Inglorious Bastards. That'll be a
There
fun
we
one.
go.
You're a
Sure,
bastard.
we all love that film. That was me. That's just mean.
You didn't give it a 10,
That's-
bastard.
That's so bean. Stop
Yeah.
being a beanie.
Yeah.
Ready?
Hey, I got this cool hat. It's a beanie.
I've given up.
What?
I'm gonna go eat another pizza.
Shock.